Georgia.
And this year's first place trophy goes to the Vandalia Indians.
Representative Chris Birch here, and he's going to facilitate a tabletop exercise utilizing train derailment and some type of hazardous material release into our community.
Fourth was freshmen, third was sophomores, second was seniors,
Black history. It is the dirt road our forefathers trod. Memories of their lives branded in our hearts. It is a word, a place, a state of mind.
Lane 6, final reflection coming in. Lane 6 is your winner. Here comes Hillary in lane 5. This is Shaggy.
There in the back is our regional supervisor of the Central Region, Betty Pryor. Also in the back room is our regional supervisor for our Northeast region.
Some of these conflicts that we're seeing between homeowners and landowners. The problem with that, though, however, we see as with laws, with regulations of the Department of Conservation.
Where they open the door and say, "Looky here, what we just talked about." A lot of them trying to turn around and go right back where they go from and give some extra money to the staff.
I was really happy to see both sides talking. I had a pretty equal size landowner and homeowner on both of them.
I guess people never want to give up.
We are gathered here to formally recognize those students who have been selected by our faculty and of our school for successfully completing their candidacy and are being inducted as new members of our NHS chapter.
Enjoy and welcome, and Vanguard presents Into the Woods.
Spring concert. I don't know if you've gotten to see the movie The Greatest Show, but I gave you a little preview of the soundtrack.
My real job that I do full-time is I'm a conservation agent. I've been conservation agent in Lincoln County for the last 20 years. Partly because my oldest son got his driver's license and had a wreck on the way to school the next day. Nobody was hurt, but they're sitting on the side of the road with the axle half jerked out from under the car because he hit a storm, and all the school buses had to drove right past.
As an intermediate license, you can't just, at 18, you can't just walk in and get a full driver's license. You have to have an intermediate driver's license for, I believe, at least 6 months before you can get your full driver's license.
Emily enjoys spending time, cheerleading, being with friends, being with
Chips.
gentlemen, I present to you the Community R6 Class of 2018.
Ready? Aim. Fire. 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 Set. Go.
Our whole point today is to be here in the wage of and kind of but our real point today is to honor our wonderful Missouri 2017 Jane Davis and the wonderful year that she has had with us.
CQ Field A, CQ Field A, CQ Field A from Alpha Zero.
Well, this is our emergency communications trailer. Basically what we're doing with this is a mobile vehicle that we can take to different places, especially for an emergency. We serve a lot of the public safety and sheriff department here in Vandalia County. So this will allow us to put up this mast. It's actually a 60-foot mast. It's about halfway right now. It's about 30 feet. We will be able to do long-term deployments with this and do basic emergency communications for whoever needs it.
Welcome you guys. Thank each and every one of you for coming.
There should be a 1926 Dodge back there. The very first fire truck in Vandalia.
It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down the table, look at me. Come on, baby, don't say baby. I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me. We may lose, but we may win, but we will never be here again. So open up, I'm climbing in. Take it easy.
really my main instrument. And so I started taking piano lessons when I was in first grade. And we're good. And here's my instrument. Piano. A single reed. Okay. And remember I showed you the banjo? We have. How many of you have seen these before? Oh good. This is like a record. We call these records. And then we went from records to 45s. And then we had something that was called an 8-track player. And then we had cassette players and CDs. And then we went to what you guys use today, MP3 players. So you guys have been a fabulous audience. Thank you so much. How old are you?
Yeah, in just a second,
Then the candle glow takes it slow. I've fallen fast, but I've always had control. I never let myself get out too far. Beyond those lines I had drawn when it came to us. But I'm thinking maybe I just might let myself go. Whether it's wrong or right, no one needs to know. I get a little reckless, step out on that ledge, fall into someone's arms tonight. Maybe I just might.
railroad traffic. We got a Joe Stuffschneider semi, livestock order. Got a George Church Safer truck. There's the safer trucking, however that is. What do you read?
Lindsay Cunningham, Sophie Cunningham, University of Missouri Tigers here. They're here today to have some fun with all of us. We're going to have a basketball auction here in a little bit. And the money we raise with this basketball signed by the girls here today will go to our Veterans Memorial out at our cemetery here in Martinsburg. So give it up for the girls. What do you think?
Hey everybody, as he mentioned, my name's Lindsay Cunningham. I'm the older of the Cunningham sisters here with Sophie today. And we just want to thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts for all of your support that you've given us over the years. You guys are what's made our journey at Mizzou so special. And don't think we forgot about you here in Martinsburg, Missouri. We appreciate you, we love you, and go Tigers!
Keep going! Keep going! Yeah. Okay, come on, Grace. Come on. Keep going. Keep going all the way out. Keep going, Grace. You got it. You got it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. All right. Good job. All right, keep pedaling. Try not to hit the pole though. If you can try it this way, that'd be great. All right, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. All right. Got it.
Got it. Go ball.
Got it. You got it. Right about there. You're there, Noah.
Go ball.
I get all the way to the top of the prize. You don't get a prize. And I go, why not? Jake goes, because you get to come down.
All right, on your mark, get set, Pula!
These are first. Second, third. Good job. This is just to keep me from causing. Get on, keep going. Wow, them walls makes it do work. Second, come on, Noah.
see if you put some ready shots in the fire. Go ahead. I guess because you know,
I'm joking.
I said, Georgia, sweet, sweet Georgia, the whole night long comes out sweet and clear. Oh, yes it does, like moonlight on the pine. I'm gonna let it play it. Go ahead.
A water well, and at about 75 feet, fireplace started coming to the surface. The rest is history. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2018 Prairie Day celebration, sponsored by the Vandalia Chamber of Commerce. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day here in Vandalia. I'd like to take a few moments to recognize the individual that this year's event is dedicated to. You'll notice that the committee members are wearing new t-shirts with Karen's Crew on the back. Karen Shaw left us on August 1st of this year after a long battle with cancer. Karen was a great supporter and a driving force behind the Chamber, as well as Prairie Days in particular. She was a liaison between the city and the Chamber and made sure everything we did worked smoothly. She was always willing to help in any way possible. It seemed her favorite phrase was, "Dude, what do we need to do?" So Karen, if you're watching, just know that we love you and miss you and hope you enjoy the show. Let's give Karen and her family a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not already standing, would you please rise, remove your covers, and salute the flag for the Vandalia Chiefs marching band playing the national anthem. It's at the Eastern Missouri Family YMCA. Debbie Hopkins, the director. We have supporters everywhere. We got Harvest Walker International, 100 years in Vandalia. Local 853, President Dustin Pelham. Back in 1986, for the 6th straight year, Jack Barnes of Fulton, representing Harvest Walker, Fulton successfully defended his brick skidding title when the Vandalia Area Chamber of Commerce held its 7th annual World Championship brick skid. Harvest Walker 100-year brick production t-shirts are selling at the museum. $15 a pop. Man, Jack Barnes, give him a big round of applause. Blow our head up truck like that. Oh.
Okay, thank you all for coming.
Around 1884, a well was drilled for water near Main Street north of GMO Railroad. While drilling, coal was discovered from drill cuttings, while mining coal fire clay was discovered. Mississippi Glass Company of St. Louis became very interested in this field of clay, and in 1900 purchased a facility located west of Vandalia known as the Salamander Plant. In 1915, the Mississippi Glass Fire Clay operation in Vandalia was reorganized as the Walsh Clay Company. 2 years later, construction was underway on the largest brick plant in the world at that time. Excavation was done all manually, and many of the brick used for construction came from the Salamander plant. Prior to actual construction of the plant, approximately 100 houses were built north of the plant site to provide housing for construction workers, and later became homes for production workers, as many employees were hired from St. Louis, southern Missouri, and Arkansas, and brought to Vandalia by train. The first brick came out of the kilns on July of 1918. During this time, building brick were also made, but soon abandoned because the clay mixtures were much better suited for fire clay and fire brick. The first tunnel kiln was built in 1920. The second tunnel kiln was constructed in 1923. In 1927, the plant was purchased by Harvest & Walker Refractories Company, a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania company that was expanding to the Midwest. By 1928, all of the Walsh Fire Clay Company properties, including the homes that had been privately sold, were turned over to Harvest & Walker. The refractory product that was produced there still carried the Walsh names. All were fired with gas producers using coal. Following this presentation, past and present employees and their families will be honored at a reception in the Carter Building right behind me of the Vandalia Historical Museum. I would encourage everyone to walk through the exhibit and take in the pictures and the memorabilia on display, commemorating the 100-year celebration. Jack was, of course, the reigning champion, still the reigning champion, and still holds the world record of 3 minutes, 7 seconds, unless Jeremy beats it here today when he skids his brick in front of us. I think your record's safe, Jack. I believe that Jack, they even had a skid off in Fulton recently. Jack's son won, and I believe Jack even participated in that, so he can still skid brick. We might get him to come up here and throw a few while he's here. Thank you guys for coming.
I don't hear you breathing.
Stay on him, Jack.
What happened to that hat of yours?
I got a hot dog for you.
guys. Unless you really wanted to go up there on the night, I'm not saying by I'll do it in front of the whole brick.
She told me, she said, I asked her, well, what did Frances Ann do while she worked in Washington, D.C.? She said, oh, she worked for the FBI. I said, oh my gosh. She goes, well, she worked for the FBI, and she went ahead and told me this. This is her niece telling this story, okay? That she was investigating something during the Cold War and discovered higher-ups within the FBI and Soviet associations. And so when she just tried to expose it, they shipped her off to Columbia to work in a local office. And shortly after that, she was in a terrible car accident and put into the hospital. All right, so enjoy yourself.
Oh, I love it. Look at the floor.
I love the floor.
That's awesome, isn't it? It jumps up at you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this kitchen.
Yeah.
They had made it, they were such beautiful wood and they had to paint them.
Well, to me, I understand I appreciate that because that's a very big factor in this. Well, you know.
But it is neat.
I love that. I thought when it snows,
Are you
sitting there.
going to fix your house like this?
No.
I think there's a story. I think Paul's got a story about it. Yeah, we were going to have this on the I told me I'll try to make it there. And then boom. My mom had, I just told her, but I said, I can sit there with a nice coat on. Yeah, when they did the tour last time I came over.
I did.
Oh my gosh.
I did. Actually, it was easier than I thought. I talked more about it than what it took to get it done. But I had it.
Did you take up these stairs?
I'll tell you how I did it. It wasn't that hard. So we took that 2x8, laid it right on there, laid like this down, 2x8, and just scooped it right up. And then at the top of the landing, we just raised it on its end, turned it, did the same thing.
Did you find it in that building?
Good shot. Hit it. Hit the button.
Hit it hard.
Careful.
Hit it, Sadie.
Good job, Sadie.
Okay, I'll do the orange. I'll do orange. Let the guy do what he's
Yeah! All right, so. See here.
Wet my west. Run away, you and me, two bags, one beach.
There were no Christmas carols that were given in that war-torn town till 90 Yankee soldiers from Michigan came around with food and fresh provisions. The wagon beds were full, with little Christmas reindeers. I don't know whether it's true or whether it's not. I do know there's Satterfields there. I do know the Spring River's there, and I know the legend of Jesse James.
Come up out of Mr. Crack. Hey boy! How come you got the same name as the man who invented the bass hit? Was it your master? Strap on me something you wear in the waist.
I'm out of bullets!
take a little aim and show me.
Oh, wait, wait. Oh. Put your hat. Smile. Hey, get out of this town!
But in the interim, we're going to go ahead and kick this party off. So thank you all for coming this afternoon. It is
Sir, requesting permission to present the colors.
Present the colors.
Colors, present arms.
That's good. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere we go. Take a look at the 5 and 10 glistening once again. Candy canes and silver lanes aglow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store. But the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front.
It's not at all. I've been a good girl all year. Said a baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Think of all the fun I missed. Think of all the fellas that I haven't kissed. This year I could also be good if you check out my Christmas list. Santa baby asleep, same under the tree for me. I've been an awful good girl, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight.
Introduce Donna Jacobs. She's our president of SSM St. Mary's Audrey. She would like to say a few words. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. It's my pleasure to be here, standing in front of all of you for a very time-honored tradition at this hospital. 27 years of doing this event and honoring, as Bonnie said, either in memory of or honoring.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful,
but the fire is so delightful.
and since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. The mistletoe by the fire's glow, put the angel on the tree, light a candle in the window just for me. I'll bring you all my heart and soul, my love, my hugs and kisses. I'm coming home, you won't be alone. I'm coming home for Christmas.
Thank you for coming tonight. Before we begin, please make sure that you turn off your cell phones. You will definitely want to take a picture though, and maybe videotape us because we're pretty cute and talented.
Reindeers wiggle, reindeers jump. Give a little reindeer hug. Reindeers stretch, reindeers fly. Reindeers, let's get ready to try. You put your antlers in your antlers even and you shake them all around. You do the reindeer pokey, you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
He could have had talk or been fussy or hungry like any other baby.
After all, that was the whole point of Jesus, that he didn't come down on a cloud like something out of amazing comic, but that he was born and lived, a real person.
We believe that competition is going to happen for the most part in the outpatient setting. So those are things we need to work through. And then I would also say that we have to come up with a model that it makes sense in the long run. And one of the challenges we're having, especially in Jefferson City, is that right now there's about, I think this is about right, 300 hospital beds in that entire community. The total demand that's out there between St. Mary's and Cap Region Medical Summit is about 135. And we got to come up with this. Can this make sense for the University of Missouri? Is it good for Mexico? And is it good for Jefferson City? If the answer on any of those three is no, then we will make the decision to stop. But we believe that thus far that it has been very, very positive. It can be positive for our entire community and the University of Missouri.
Support the Constitution of the United States. They will support the Constitution of the United States.
Yeah, they're crying because Shelley and Lisa are changing the guard, and the rest of us are going to cry because Shelley's leaving.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States. I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Missouri. And the Constitution of the State of Missouri. I, Steve Hobbs.
I, Steve Hobbs.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of Missouri.
And the Constitution of the State of Missouri.
And I will faithfully demean myself in the office of.